Hello everyone, a short video of the books that I first purchased years ago and helped me understand a lot more about all this. I want to share with you if you're just starting in this journey. I shared this one to correct your political status. This is a great read. They're only like $7 in Amazon, so you want to get that. The other books that I have so many, is the UCC Code, UCC Connection, Meet Your Strawman. Those are the first books that I purchased. Then I went on and purchased this one, and then Sign in America is another one, which is a little booklet. Shows you how to national debt relief, which is great. You can do that process. And the other one is nationality, is the order. He has, it's about traveling, your vehicle is not really a vehicle. You don't need a license, you don't need insurance, you don't need any of that to just be in your conveyance, which is your car. So get this one too. It has a lot of codes. I like it has a lot of the Supreme Court cases. It's great. I love that one. It's like I like this right here, this read right here. So get this book, get knowledge. The most important thing is knowledge. And then, as you get, more knowledge and more knowledge. I believe in the universe. I believe in God. I believe in the Creator, that He will give you the desires of your heart. And if your desire of your heart is to be free, to not to be paying taxes, stopped by police and all that, and be out. Personally, right now I'm in the city because I have to be for a little while, but I actually live out in the country, off the grid, in a tent, and I have a camper too, and I have a house. But I prefer to be out in my tent, just because I choose to. A lot of people, because of the economic situation, they have to, and that's very sad if they don't want to be, because I choose to be, because I have my big house and all that, but I have a property where I just pitch my tent, my canvas tent, and just live off grid. And I have a camper also, so I go back and forth from the tent when it gets cold into the camper. And I have it on my property, but right now I'm in the city because of circumstances. But anyway, I wanted to share this book, these books that I'm reading. Like I said, I started with Meet Your Strawman, also by David Robinson, and then the UCC Connection. And you start with that for the basic. That's the basic books. And then Status Correction, if you want to do all this paperwork, that's great. I didn't do this. I did not do this process. I paid for someone to do it for me because it was more complete. It was more than 30 documents. I paid for it, and you send it out to be recorded, the county recorder. Usually you send it to Pima County because Pima County is where it's easier. But it will be recorded in your particular county. You just, I have paid to do that, but there's other ways to change your status. And so just one thing that you want to do first, it is to authenticate your birth certificate or certificate of naturalization. You won't want to do that even if you're not even into all this debt discharge and everything. That is the first thing you want to do because it takes about 4 months to do the whole process. So you want to have that, at least that. And then the second thing you want to do is the trust. Just because if you understand how the system works, let me just run you a little quick thing about trust. When you, let's say that you buy a car or you take out a loan, let's do the loan, because then the car, has the collateral. They tell you it's the car, but it's not. The collateral is actually the promissory note, the contract that you signed. That is the collateral. And when you sign the promissory note and you leave it a blank endorsement, you don't endorse it to yourself and all that, you leave it for the banks to endorse them, to get that amount of money. And they endorse it. And of course, they get all the money. The dealership also gets part of it. And what happens after that? We think that collateral is the house, and we think the collateral is the car, but it's not. It's the promissory note, the original promissory note that you sign as a blanket endorsement. So they automatic, when you do that 21 days after, they say they lien it. They never did. If you go to Secretary of State and you want to get UCC 11, which is to know if you have a lien on the car, or if you purchase a car and you kind of search it, you don't have no liens, because they don't lien it. They do lien it, but not you in your name. They do lien it, but not in your name. So what happens after that with that promissory notes? It goes through a trust. Usually the four main banks, Mellon Bank in New York, and Delaware is the other one. And there's four major banks, because the other ones, all the, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they're not really banks. They're not really banks. So there's some real banks, and of course they take that promissory note, they put it in a trust, okay? When they put it in a trust, that's when the situation comes where they put it in a trust. So what do you have to do to get remedy and start the process of discharging, let's say, a loan? It is to put that account, after you authenticate your birth certificate, okay? And also you change your status. Let's say you're no longer a U.S. citizen. You are, like for my example, I'm North Carolinian. And then you work within the state. Forget about, the federal government. But you work with your county and you work with your state. So I become a North Carolinian. Okay, that changes your status. And after you do that, you create a trust, and then you're going to put all those accounts in the trust, plus your authenticated birth certificate, plus Minnesota 220. In my other video, I told you that copy and paste the Minnesota 220, but I started reading it, and you need to kind of adapt it and make you another one that's more specific for your situation. So you can rewrite that, put the notarize, a copy and paste and notarization on the document, and notarize it, and then authenticate it with the Secretary of State. And that you're going to put it in the trust. And you're going to put the accounts that you have to make a list of the things that you want to start discharging. Don't just start discharging, out of the blue without putting paperwork in place, because you're not, even though you don't have to change your status for that, you will want to change your status, because then you would be out of the jurisdiction. Okay, so I would, even though you don't have to get remedy, you will want to. So after that, you created your express trust, your domestic trust. you start with the domestic trust, then you will learn how to do irrevocable trust for protection, so they won't levy your house, your property, your assets, and all that. And then foreign express trust with the EINs, the respectable EINs. So that's like a process, right? So you're gonna put all this accounting in a trust, and after that you will want to work in your secure party. There's no such thing as secure party creditor, secure party, by filing a UCC1. And there's a specific way of filing the UCC1 with the trust. Okay, so you have protection. Because later on, when you're going to start on all these contracts that you have, like car loans and all the stuff, you will want to go back to the original UCC filing, right? To get remedy. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of learning, right? And with time, if your heart is in the right place, Yah, I call him Yah, the universe, God, will lead you to all truth. It's just a waiting thing. Don't hurry up and don't think. I have a lot of emails like, I want remedy now, and I wanted to at the beginning. I wanted remedy right away, but now of course you want remedy at the end, right? That is like the end of the rainbow. Seeing the rainbow, be tax free, be contract free, have your car in the private, everything, no tax. That is the goal, but you cannot reach that goal without the knowledge. That is going to end a lot in some mistakes. Of course, you go through mistakes and stuff, and you have to sometimes regroup again and don't get discouraged and all that. But I want knowledge right now more than anything, and slowly but surely I'm getting remedy. Okay, so the trust is important, to put those accounts in the trust. And then, because later on, after you have done with all these companies, you want to do an administrative process. Sometimes people want to skip all that, but that is where the power is, and that's where the discharge comes, doing the administrative process. There's several ways to do it, according satisfaction, endorsing the coupon, do it in equity also. And there's a lot of processes out there, but you want to stick to one. I believe according satisfaction is probably the best one, but it takes more. It's a more intricate, process. But you want to do the administrative process because that's where you go. You are in honor. You are in honor and enforce it. What is that? That enforcement? Court, arbitration, filing an arbitration if they don't comply with you, okay? Because when you send them either you coupon, endorse a coupon, they're going to cash it. They're going to cash it. They're going to just, run it through. That's what you want. You will want them to understand that you mean business, that you really mean it, and you know what you're doing. And they're going to run it through. So you can also do a check. There's a way to that same coupon for it to become a check. That you have special endorsement, like with according satisfaction, and then a stamp, a dollar stamp on the document, and send it. And the first steps in the administrative process is the dispute letter. Dispute letter. There's several books out there that show you how to do the administrative process, so you kind of want to choose which process that you want. But with any process that you do, you want to go all the way. You want to let them know, these companies, that you mean business, that you know what you're talking about, and that you are going to file a suit. I'm going to take you to arbitration if you don't comply. They don't listen to you. 80% they don't take your instrument. So don't be discouraged for that. You are building a case. But it depends how much you're discharging, right? If it's a lot of money, they might be willing to go to court, right? But not in most cases. They want to settle out of court. So, but you want to go that way, in that route. Because when you go that route, this is what's going to happen. You are going to file. Once you have your UCC1 properly done with the trust, you will want to file a UCC3 with that account. And that's when things become real. And really, the person, the banks get scared in a sense, right? Because after you do that, you are going to send, you already done the work. It is not an easy thing. It is not like, I'm going to send a 1099-C into the IRS without doing the administrative process. No, that is not working in honor. You have to do the process. You have to perfect what is called perfect the process. Okay, by doing the administrative process and even going as far as the filing of the filing, right? So, like the filing of the bill of complaint, right? You're going to complain about something. And then letting them know that you send them a notice of the bill of complaint with the courts. You have to pay for this, usually $400 and some, okay? And then you're going to send them a notice, then I'm suing you, right? And that's when, prior to that, I usually, the two companies that I have done with, they want to talk to me. They don't want to answer my correspondence, right? They don't want to answer all these letters that I send, but they sure want to talk to me. I say no. So I put them in, I block him for a while. After I do the file the bill of complaint, okay? Then I unlock my phone. Yes, call me and see if we can settle out of court, right? And they'll be willing to talk to you, because if you don't comply, if you don't sell it out of court, you continue with it. You need to know and have the knowledge to continue. Okay, to continue the process, because you, by law, they need to accept your instrument, and you will know that that check or that money order has been run through, so they got money from that transaction, even though they didn't answer the acquiescence. They didn't answer you, right? But they did cash that check that you sent, either the check or the endorsed presentment, right? So, of course, they cash it, and that's where you have them right there. You want to go all the way, or do you have the intentions to go and enforce it, right? And then most of the time they settle out of court. And if they don't, and you want to pursue court, then it could, there is going to be more money for them, usually twice of the amount of the promissory note, plus all the taxes, plus all the filings that you did, that you spent the filing. So for them, it's not good for them to go to court if you know what you're doing, if you have a paper trail, if you have sent them certified return receipt. Some cases, like I send for my car, I send certain documents, registered mail, with a return receipt. I have all this in file. So I know I'm talking a lot, but there's a lot of things that we need to learn. And but you want to be willing to understand all this, study all this, and then enforce it. And then after you have done the administrative process, even if you're just in the court filing stage, send a 1099-C. A lot of people, like at the beginning, I wanted to send the 1099, and I did one time. I sent the 1099-C without doing, well, I did. I'm sorry. Take it back. I did send the 1099-C after I had the administered process to the IRS to cancel the debt. So a 1099-C and a 1096 cover letter. I did not send the 1040. I mean, I have my state EIN, so I did not send the 1041 to recoup the credits. The credits, I could see them at the IRS website, the transcripts. I could see my credits, which is a negative value of what I sent the 1099-C. But I did have my process. I send them all kinds of administrative letters and all that. So that's why I have those credits right there, right? So you want to do the 1099-C with doing the administrative process, because that's when you're going to get the check, the refund from the IRS, right? And you'll be in honor because you try with them. You said, "Here, I want to approve a claim. All this, the debt that you're claiming that I have with you, and let's see." So that's being in honor, okay? Being in honor, and I know it's a lot of information, and a lot of people are gonna say, "How do you do it?" Oh, it takes years. Believe me, it takes years to learn it. And I'm not going to share the process itself because I will not doing you any favor. Because you might get in trouble doing the things wrong way. So I'm not going to share it, not because I took years and money of all this, right? And a lot of money, and I signed a lot of non-disclosure agreements that I cannot share. But I'm just letting you know how it goes, So I'm just going to leave it at that. It's a lot of information, and you can write to me and ask me questions, but if you write to me and tell me how to do it, no, because I'm not going to do you a favor, because you need to understand it by yourself. It takes time, takes a lot of knowledge and a lot of things. Not that I know everything. I'm learning every single day. I'm learning things. Like I've learned one of my videos, I said, you endorsed the coupon. I think it was the envelope for the IRS. I said, pay to the order of. Now I know that you don't put pay to the order of. You pay to whatever. Okay, not the order. I didn't know that back in the day. I didn't know when I made the video a few months ago. I didn't know that. Now I'm learning not to put. So don't use pay to the order of, just use pay to, okay, when you do these coupons and stuff like that. Or there's another process that you send it to, you send the presentment to the IRS and you endorse it. That takes a long, long time. I mean, it has taken me with that process maybe 8 months for them, to IRS, to go through 8 months to a year. Who has the time? Who has a year to wait for that? I mean, I did it, and it's fine. But you want to do other things before that. So I hope this video helps. I know it's like 25 minutes, but I just want to let you know that I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. And one of the things that I'm learning lately, the power is in the county, not in the federal jurisdiction. It is in the county. It is not in the federal jurisdiction. It is in the county, and I love it. I'm in my best experience now, because it would have been so simple for me to understand this now. Not like when I started. With the 1099s and all that. Oh yeah, you're gonna use the 1099s, but you're going to use it properly. You want to have your trust in place, and very important to put those accounts in the trust. And then, like I said, file a UCC1 properly with the trust, and then do the amendments with the UCC3 with those accounts. before you send the 1099. And then after you do the process, then you send your 1099-C to discharge the debt, right? I hope this video opens your understanding without me giving you the process completely, how the process works, right? You have to have that administrative process before, because you want to, directly confront the situation, the proof of claim. Why are you claiming that I owe you? That's it. And then let them cash those checks. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And please check out these books. I started with this book because it was a lot of knowledge. Like this one is really good too. It's just, if you want national debt relief, that is the way to go also. I did not go this route because, I wanted to just kind of, send the 1099s and let it be, I want money. Nah, not anymore. Not anymore. I want to be free more than anything else, and sure, slowly. But you can do this. This is very good too. And I'm kind of just, in a way, regret that I didn't do this. But I've learned so much from my mistakes. So I don't want you to do the same mistakes. So I hope you understand what I'm talking about. I know my English is not the best. So thank you for watching, and just use whatever I have to say and go out there and be free. Be free. Thank you so much. You have a good day.